Hello.
Hello.
I hope everyone enjoyed their Thanksgiving and got stuffed.
Yes, sir.
I got pizza.
It's a good old time.
I made battered fish.
Oh, delicious.
Nice.
I
hit it
the
with the bat until it's
traditional
cooked?
Yeah.
turkey and other stuff.
Nice.
My mom made turkey, but I don't like turkey, so I offered to make battered fish for people who might want an alternative.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yummy
You know
turkey.
how you cook. You cook
And
all
have
the time.
having my attention split between divorced parents, I had 2 Thanksgiving meals in one day.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's in one day. That's a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like had a good lunch, and then I went to go have dinner, and I had like half my plate, and I was like,
I have made a mistake.
I have made a mistake, but I still have leftovers,
Hey,
Nice.
and I'm
leftovers are
slowly
great.
working on those leftovers.
Hell yeah.
I wouldn't have leftovers anymore if I ate it for every meal, but obviously you can't have Thanksgiving for every meal. Go and say, how many meals per day can you have turkey?
How
Creative.
depends on how many leftovers you have.
For
Yeah.
me, it's 0 meals per day that I can have turkey because I do not like it.
More for the rest of us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Enjoy your tall, dry chicken. I'll be having fish. I'll be having battered fish.
That's fair.
It stops being dry
Yeah.
once
Turkey
you
is
spread it
not
in gravy.
dry.
It depends on how it's made.
Mm-hmm.
My mom makes it juicy, but I just don't like it. Like
Yeah.
the flavors is also just
No, yeah,
whatever.
it's like,
I mean-
it is a distinct flavor and texture.
I
for
would
sure.
prefer to be of the culture that ate duck instead, but because duck
That's
is
what
so
my family
fucking
used to do.
delicious.
Really?
That
used to
would
do
be
duck
amazing.
instead of chicken. Either duck or Cornish game hen.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah.
Duck
yeah.
is fucking delicious.
All right, guys. This is no longer
We're-
a D&D stream. This is a
Yeah, this is
Thanksgiving
now,
stream.
This
is a
talk about
chat stream now.
Tier list stream.
Yeah, yeah,
Alright,
yeah.
Zatsu time! Yay!
Yay!
Anyway, so last we left off,
Bad things had happened.
you guys
Mhm.
wandered
Left off.
into the
Tails are pretty
forest when you started hearing hissing noises. You guys
Mhm.
are surrounded by Salathis circling around you all. This giant, 10-foot long snake.
Nick.
And in addition to Salathis, there was Finality, who was uprooting the trees to create a battlefield.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
a few abominations of Eve in the form of monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right, the monkeys.
The monkeys.
Monkey.
I actually forgot about the horrible monkeys.
I
They're pretty
remembered.
bad.
So, you slowly started to realize the situation you're in. And you guys had a long, hard fight. You guys beat up the monkeys.
Yeah.
And then you heavily injured Salathis and Finality. Salathis, seeing the writing on the wall, decided to jump into one of the levitating trees above her that Finality was lifting.
Yeah.
And on the way out, Davy decided to hitch a ride.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And on that side, Salathis and Davy, as well as children of Salathis, were present. And Davy got a good final lick in as Salathis turned to goop. Right before
Yeah.
being stabbed to death by the children of Salathis.
Is that
Not
what
that good.
is that what the TikTok is called? Devious licks.
Oh, if we're going TikToking, I'm sorry. Let me correct this. Before they unalived Davy.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
How dare
Before they sent him to Ohio.
Ohio.
Very unsigma.
Mm-mm.
But back in Marcaliso, you guys see that Finality started to fly towards the top of the tower,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and you guys started making your way that direction.
Yep.
The
Mm-hmm.
party, I'm gonna say 4 because technically Carney's there. The 4 of the
Yeah.
people. So it's not 4 because there's 4 players right here. It's 4 because there's 4 characters.
Yeah.
The 4 of you made your way out of the forest.
Mhm.
You guys Well, technically it's the three of you because Cardi was like beelining it.
Carney got ahead of us, and now we don't know where he is.
Party is lost in the forest. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Yep.
Oh me, oh my.
So you make your way out of the forest and you do not see Carney.
Do not recognize the carnies in the forest.
You know what direction he went in because the tower is kind of hard to miss.
It is hard to miss, and I'm confused about why we don't see him on a trajectory towards it. But also,
Well, I mean, you
we don't have
lost him in the
time.
forest, so trees blocking your vision and stuff like that.
Oh,
That's true. He could have gone anywhere.
damnable trees.
Damn the trees! Fuck
I
you,
understand
Lorax!
why. I understand why Finality was pulling all the trees out now.
Right, it makes sense all of a sudden.
Mhm.
But he's not
He
doing it
didn't want you
anymore,
guys
so-
hiding. He wanted to be able to attack you guys.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But we lack that power, so Carney is lost to us forever. Pour one out for the boy.
So I will say that you guys eventually reach the edge of the forest and are at the ruined village
That is kind of you, without even a single skill check.
without a single skill check. I mean,
Wow.
while you're in the clearing, not once you enter the trees because of the canopy, but while you're in the clearing, you can see the tower. So as long as you didn't like randomly take a turn, you could just beeline there.
Tower dial. So what do we? What's our plan? Are we just gonna
Well-
run in and die?
We do know that
Yuri?
Shulk is puppeting Finality.
We do, or he was. I'm guessing something severed that, and that's why Finality is on a kill course for the tower now.
Did we see the like silhouette of Shulk go away, or did we just like?
Yeah, it went away.
Did Finality just okay.
His behavior changed and it disappeared.
So I'm assuming probably something with Erie and Darby went well, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Maybe
But
to the
they-
detriment of others.
Yeah. So I think we need to get into the tower and see what's going on.
Yeah, I agree, but also I'm worried that the tower is going to get crumpled like so much tinfoil and dumped onto the.
sure.
I do have
Floor.
teleport if we need
Ah,
to get out really quick.
okay.
Yeah.
Everybody stay within grabbing distance of Sariel.
Yeah. I am assuming that a wizard's tower is made of sterner stuff than an oil rig.
Right. Wasn't there weird stuff about not being able to go into the true tower, though? We were in the visitor center before, and it was like...
Well, the true
closed
entrance,
off.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Because the tower itself like is separate. People don't go in and out of it.
Yeah.
But Shulk was able to get from his office to the entrance, so surely we can go the other way.
True. Well, I'm game to try if you guys are.
All right. How long of a walk is it from the forest to the academy, by the way?
From the edge of the forest to the academy, probably about a 10-minute.
Cool. Then I would have ritual casted detect magic
Nice.
Alright.
as we walk. That's exactly the amount of time I needed.
Mhm. Perfect.
It might take a little long, maybe like 10 to 15, but yeah, you got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Alright, so you'll have that up when you get in. You're just going inside the main entrance? Or the visitor entrance?
Do
We
we,
don't
see
really know
another
any other way
entrance
in,
we
so-
could use?
Yeah. I'm just confirming, so.
I'm just making sure we don't suddenly notice the employees only door on the side.
Yeah, the door with just like a maintenance hatch that's open.
Right, yeah. Like there's not an obvious second entrance we could use.
Not
to
that you
use
see.
real time. Okay, then yes, we're taking the visitor entrance.
Mhm.
Alright. You walk in, you see the secretary, Clara, kind of sitting there. She kind of looks up.
Get out of here, Clara. You're gonna get crumpled into a piece of toilet paper and flushed.
No.
What?
I don't think that was in character.
That was Pandora's reaction. That was
Okay.
not an event.
Okay, what does Yvette say?
Has Is Mr. Shulk still in?
Yes, I mean, he spends most of his time here. He is the Archmage.
Has anybody else come to see him since our earlier meeting?
I mean, a few people came in.
Oh, great. We're supposed to be in that meeting, so can you just escort us there?
Ooh.
There's a bit of a hesitation.
Mhm.
Then she yawns and picks up the phone.
Things are happening. I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
After a bit of a moment, she hangs up the phone. Kind of blankly looks at you and is like, 1 second. And she types a few things on a computer, and you hear a printer sound.
I don't know what's happening, but I assume it's good.
She kind of motions you to write your names on a clipboard.
Okay.
Scroll that out real quick.
Yep.
Okay, I guess.
Yep. And after you write the names, she seems to transcribe them, and she gives you visitors passes with the names you've written on them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Great.
And it's just go right up the elevator.
1 second. You're not supposed to be unattended, so. And she walks over and lets the door open.
All right.
She looks around and says, and she like looks around. Irma,
Yes.
you are currently like near the front entrance, and you see the receptionist approach you. Hey, are you done with classes for today?
I believe so, yes.
Good.
Can I help?
There's some visitors. Do you mind being their escorts?
Of course, I don't mind at all.
Perfect. This is Professor Rosebottom. Just stay with her, okay?
Got it.
And where am I bringing them?
The Archmage's office.
Of course. Right this way.
Thank you. And
Wait,
then
this
she goes back to the front desk where you see her right before you leave pull out a pillow.
Oh, good.
Well, at least she's having a nap.
She's like, she was
You
like,
rest, dearie.
please
You
do
had
this.
a hard
I'm busy.
day.
Pulls out the.
Oh yeah, she's very busy.
She's very busy.
Okay.
So, off to the headmaster's office. Wonderful. Follow.
All right. Thank you,
Sure.
Alright.
Professor.
What exactly do you teach?
Yeah. Dean, go ahead and describe your character.
Yeah. it sounds
Yeah, I
like-
was going to say, so what you see is an elderly woman. At least in her 80s. Very wrinkly skin. She is about 5 feet tall, white hair. She's a bit hunched over. She walks with a cane. She is very small in stature, but you get the sense that there's a lot of energy about her. So yes, I teach pharmacy.
Pharmacy, yeah.
Pharmacy.
Pharmacy with a B.
Yes,
What is-
pharmacy.
Pharmacy.
What
Okay,
What is
I-
a
Is the word-
pharmacy?
I feel like
Pharma-
Sariel should know this, but I don't know how to character.
what is pharmacy?
Make an Arcana
Oh.
check.
Oh no.
See, Sariel was also a professor at a.
Okay. Not the worst it could be. Oh no, I know, more than
I
you
know
about
things. Ah, fuck. Sure,
you get
I've heard about this on
Do
TV.
I?
The only
Do any of
reason,
us know
the
what
only thing I
pharmacy
would give advantage for is if you're a native member of Ulstrom.
Damn.
Which means that
Do
nobody
any of us
passes.
have Indian?
Okay.
Okay, I'll bite the bullet. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with that school. What is pharmacy?
You're not from here, are you?
No.
Yeah, I can see that by the fact that you don't know it. It's very simple. I am what many would call a midwife for uh, undead folk who want to conceive.
Ah,
They can
Oh.
do that?
I see.
Yes, it is a very interesting and also dangerous procedure, and one that needs much care.
See.
So I take it that means you specialize in the school of necromancy.
Pharmacy, but yes.
I mean, pharmacy is a sub-study of necromancy, but yeah.
Well, we
Yes.
don't know that. We
Yeah.
didn't roll.
Right.
high.
I'm just making sure Deegan understands
No,
that.
I figured as much.
Yeah,
I figured as much.
So
I understand why she would want to focus on the nice
Yeah.
part of it, which is helping people conceive.
well,
more.
Yeah.
necromancy isn't all bad.
That's true. Yeah, and this
Now,
is an
necromancy is
example.
just life manipulation, which means that
Yeah.
creating life technically counts
Uh-huh.
as necromancy.
creating
It's
life is
true.
necromancy. I mean, if you think about it, some of your spells that bring people back from the dead, those are necromancy too.
It's true. It's true.
Exactly. And not invocation like some people like to believe.
Not all necromancy is bad, and not all necromancy is inherently good. It's just how you use it.
Very true.
It is what it is.
Hmm.
Sarl does take a very pragmatic
Mhm.
approach to it.
Yeah.
So, like, if
Sariel
someone's
always
a
has
skeleton down there, how does that work?
Oh my God, Lilith.
Well, what happens is the midwife, my job would be to, for lack of a better term, resurrect the undead womb so that they can procreate.
But
But
if
Buck is just gonna stare for a second and then look away, like, all right.
Sarl just asks, but if there's no organs to resurrect, no systems, so to speak, how does that work if they're skeletons?
Oh my God.
If they're
I just
skeletons,
like
it can't be done. If they're vampires, it can be.
Oh, okay. Makes a lot of sense.
So have you been at the school here for a long time, Professor?
Not so long. I would say I've been here about a year or so.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Were you a professor elsewhere before?
No, I was a midwife for a very prestigious family in Ulstrom.
I see.
Which any family we would know, or
I don't know. Do you by chance happen to know the Fellsbanes?
yeah, we're familiar.
Fellsbanes, Yeah.
We're a bit familiar.
The name rings a bell. Sarl says, tongue in cheek.
Mm-hmm.
Do they seem like they know more than they're letting on, DM?
Well, they seem to know who they are from the reaction. I don't know if
Right.
they're not inherently deceiving or leading anything on.
Yeah, but Buck is not hiding anything.
Yes, I understand. They are not the most nice people, but they paid well until they were going to have me killed. But that's another story.
They were what?
I don't suppose you'd like to tell us that story now while we're walking. That
I
sounds
was
very
going I was
interesting.
going to retire, and part of the celebration of Abalmata is the first feeding, and they were going to feed me to their newborn as a final service, and I didn't quite gel with that, so I decided to leave.
That seems
That
prudent.
seems understandable.
Yes,
I don't expect it's very common to give the first feeding as the midwife who helped you conceive the child. That feels
not
a little,
usually, no.
feels a
Many
little rude,
many
actually.
many families don't do that, mainly because they'll need that midwife if they want more children, which is usually the case, being immortal and everything.
Right.
But not being immortal myself, I felt myself getting up there in age and just didn't want to die there.
I respect that.
And it's a little too far for me to be changed.
Mm. Mhm. So was it an amicable split, or are they
They did not
annoyed?
know I left, so
Ah,
yes, sure.
Sure.
it was at
Uh,
the time.
uh,
Do you suppose
okay,
they'll
so
still be amicable if you ran into one later, like
Of course
now?
not, and that is exactly why I have been studying magic, so that if I do, it won't be a problem.
That makes
so
sense.
out of
And so
curiosity,
I was propositioned by the headmaster to teach a class here on how to do such things, and in return, his protection.
Wow.
So the headmaster is the archmage, right?
I think so.
Yeah, the term's Archmage for Wizards Academy, so yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
so Jojo,
Mhm.
based on the timing of it being 1 year ago, that doesn't line up with any characters that we know, right? Like we only know like 1.5 Failsbanes by my notes.
Yeah. By the way, I would say it's been more than a year. By the way,
Okay,
Deegan.
that's fair. That's
It
fine.
may have been
I
like
kinda add
on
one
the
bit.
upwards of like 5 years.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
5 years. That still does not match up with anyone that we know, as far
No,
as
I
I'm
don't think that
familiar.
could, unless I'm forgetting something obvious.
Uh, make an just a general intelligence check for memory.
We're
Oh, I'm
forgetting
so good
something
at these.
obvious, guys. Oh no.
Oh, maybe I am good at these. All right.
Mm.
I have to
I'll say
find
22 is good enough. I'm just gonna type this to you to see how you word this in character.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna see if I'm smart enough to know things. I am not. I have forgotten everything that ever happened to us.
What's a vampire?
Where are we right now? Help!
I just need some help. Anybody
Help.
help?
Just like prolonged waking up from filing paperwork on the oil rig. Like, what happened?
What's going on? Who are you? Who are you people?
I kept on screwing up the paperwork. Oh no, I'm late.
Where the hell is Davy?
If he's in hell, he's doing paperwork.
Oh my god.
All right. So I gave information, Godface.
I see.
Nice. Teach us. Sensei.
That would be around the time Sebastian Starblight became king, about 5 years ago, no?
Yeah, it was about 7 years ago when that happened, but yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, over 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Around the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
jerk.
so Irma, you talk about the
Yeah.
Fellsbane family, and then suddenly they're talking about the King Eternal.
Yes.
How do you respond?
What?
Eh?
Mm,
Nani?
it's a long story.
A long and boring story.
Well, come find me when you're done with the meeting, I suppose. I mean, I suppose I could. That wouldn't be, eh. Why? Wait, what? So why are you going to see the Archmage anyway?
We met an acquaintance that we need to talk to him about.
That's
Oh,
great.
okay.
Yep.
I'll say around this time you've walked enough to approach his office door.
Do we hear the
It
sounds
took
of
some time
battle?
because you're walking with an old lady, but
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll match her pace. She's interesting.
A- As we approach the door, Buck is like cracking his knuckles.
Are there sounds of battle coming from the Archmage's office?
there's just normal hallway noises.
Okay, great.
Hmm.
I love normal hallway noises.
Well, I suppose I should announce you. What should I call you?
You can let him know that Team Basic is here for him.
Of course. And she'll knock on the door.
All
And now
right.
it's actually just team bis, 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 bis,
Bis-
There's no C
Bis-
sound because Carney isn't even here.
That's true. Oh, the sorry also. Blue Sky. Or Team Blue Sky.
Oh, I
Okay.
like it.
So is there like a knock at the door? So I got distracted for the raid.
I
Yeah.
think that yes.
Irma
Yes,
is
it
announcing us.
Irma is announcing us.
Yeah. So you knock on the door and open it, and
Great.
you
Sir?
you go ahead and announce, as you just said you were, and inside you see that there are 3 figures. There's the Archmage,
Okay.
a pale woman in a nice suit, and a skeleton figure in robes.
Yes, science!
Oh, he's just not even like.
He's in Ulstrom. He's basically at home.
He's basically.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
What? I mean,
Correct.
Darby was like that in Oasis as well, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. He had the mask and then he
He
was
was
just
in
like,
his
nah.
own house there, though.
That's true.
Yeah, you're
He's
in
on
his
own-
house,
he's on his
though.
own island.
Mhm.
We were in his house, but like I don't know if he would have been walking around the island like that.
Oh, absolutely
Here.
not.
Here he's in
I
somebody
feel-
else's house.
Yeah, I feel like we would have heard something if a skeleton was walking around Oasis.
I mean, you saw him in skeletal form when he met you outside the tower, so
Yeah.
Hmm.
Very true.
so they kind of look in, and Eerie kind of motions y'all forward. It's like, yeah, come on.
I come on in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna disobey the lady who rips her face off.
Yeah, and you
And-
see that she is like sitting directly on Shulk's desk.
Oh, power play.
Yeah, basically.
Mm-hmm.
How's it going?
We were just discussing things. Did you find any evidence in the woods?
Yeah, we found some things.
You could
Question.
say that.
Is Irma still here?
Yeah, she is.
Oh,
Yeah.
glances at Irma. Glances at Eerie.
Is Shulk in the room?
Yeah, he's there. He's
at the
he's sitting
desk,
behind the desk, and then Eerie's sitting on the desk.
Sorrel says, and with that, I do believe we are still being attended.
We are very graciously by our host.
Oh,
Irma.
thank you so much for saying a good word. Sir, are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. He's kind of like kind of slicking his, like he's kind of slouching his chair a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how
sounds
long that
fine.
lasts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, you all look like very interesting people. I hope to talk to you more.
Thank you.
Sure.
You
Yes,
too.
perhaps you could tell me more about pharmacy. It sounds
Thank
interesting.
you.
Of course. Just stop on
Thank
by.
you for joining us. Ah, thank you, Professor.
Of course. And she will leave you to it.
I like her. Right. So, Finality's not actively destroying the tower or killing Shulk or eating our faces, right?
I
No,
don't.
right
think
now
he's
we
doing
just seem
that
to be
last
in an
one.
office.
That's odd, right? Isn't that odd?
It does seem strange considering Finale was flying this way and he moves faster than we do.
Uh-huh.
Shock speaks is like maybe he has other priorities.
I don't know. I feel like
I feel like
being
it's pretty-
tethered to someone would be, He seems like the kind to hold a grudge.
He does seem like the kind to hold a grudge against somebody in this room.
There is a lot of powerful mages in here, and you're in the vicinity, so...
Uh-huh.
Any powerful mages here who could, say, force a child of an ancient to act against his will?
That would be some powerful magic.
Looks at Shulk more.
He stares back at you.
Oh, I don't like this.
We ran into Finality in the forest.
We did. He was being controlled by someone, it seemed.
And did you capture the person controlling him?
Well, not yet, but we're hoping to.
Let's see. He's giving you like a dead stare.
Can I see his third control-y eye that lets him control people like
Eh,
Finality?
His forehead eye is closed right now.
Damn.
It looks like a normal forehead, where the eye opening looks like it could be a wrinkle.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's an eye, though, and it squicks me out. I don't like it.
You know what? Bucket's been killed once before. He's going to take the plunge. He's going to step forward and say, "We saw it was you controlling him."
And how's that?
Well, we have eyeballs.
Yeah.
It was pretty
He didn't seem
obvious.
too pleased to be fighting us in the first place, but getting close enough to him seemed like he had a bit of a hanger-on that looked a bit like you.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as that disappeared, he was gone.
Yeah, you can see like Eerie kind of scooch back further in the desk and kind of peer over him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why else would he be so not concerned with the child of the ancient, just casually hanging out in the forest by your school?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It all makes sense, really.
He kind of smiles, like, and do you have evidence?
Seems to me like we've got a
We
couple of
have
powerful wizards who could take a look at our memories.
several eyewitness accounts.
Memories
confirm
are
some truth tell.
unreliable.
How do you feel about Zone of Truth?
Also unreliable.
Is it? How convenient. You know, Sariel, you know sending, right?
I do.
And Finality is on this plane of existence, right?
Mm-hmm.
And correct me if I'm wrong, you are familiar with Finality and could use sending to actually contact him telepathically, right?
Potentially.
So you could verify whether or not it was someone in this room with duality powers who was controlling Finality at the time of our combat.
If Finality is willing to confirm.
Right, of course.
Do you want to send a sending spell to Finality?
Mm-hmm.
You realize how half-baked that is.
Is it half-baked, though? Because you're not really giving us much to work with, other than the fact that we know it was you and you're just playing dumb.
Eerie gets off the desk like, I've heard enough. And she circles around. Darby, put him under house arrest. We're going full lockdown. He kind of looks around. She looks at us like, we're not going to stop you from fulfilling your Archmage duties. You'll just be watched a bit more closely from here on out. For a while, until we can confirm or deny these suspicions. Shock stands up, like, I object to this. Eerie speaks, I was like, you don't really have a choice in this matter. There's kind of this growl from Shock.
Mm-hmm.
Innocent people don't growl, you know. That's not an innocent person trait.
No, that's the sound of somebody who enjoys their freedom and doesn't want it taken away with no evidence.
Bet you do enjoy your freedom.
You know, you have
I
killed
think
our friend
everyone.
once.
I think everyone
Like, I've
enjoys their
witnessed-
freedom.
They do, but some of us don't murder people for fun. Whereas I have witnessed you killing my friends before
It wasn't
and
for
had to deal
fun.
with that fallout. Mm-hmm.
What makes you think it's fun?
Well, you just seem really into it.
Your lives are short, so the value doesn't really correlate.
See, I think the value is relative to the person whose life you're ending.
You're right. Your life is valuable to yourself and only yourself.
And also to everyone who cares about you. Which, I mean, you don't understand that, but we do as friends who care about each other. That's a metric we can understand. That obviously,
Do they value you or the use you have been to them?
definitely me, because I think the use is negligible.
Cyril kind of snorts at that.
You hear just behind the door. You hear laughter coming from outside of the door from that one as well.
But Buck is just gonna like turn back to Yvette and say, like, "You all right?"
I'm fine. I'll stop talking now.
Cyril's not going to correct her because she doesn't
Hey,
want the point.
I know
She
where
doesn't
I
want the point to
stand.
not get across.
There's kind of a turn. It's like, you can. Is there anything else you would like to say in terms of shock or?
Yeah. What the hell are creatures from Eve's garden doing out in the forest?
Yeah.
Did you mention Slathis or?
Oh, we can. There were
Yeah,
horrible
you-
demon monkeys
You
and
can.
Stalactists.
Yeah.
And our friend has gone missing, and we don't know where he is or if he's okay.
Mhm.
Because Stalactis was out in your forest. Shulk.
So Salathis, what Salath? If I recall, Salathis wants you dead for separate reasons in Finality.
Yeah.
yet
Made
they
it a bit
attacked-
strange they were working together.
Together, yeah. And there were monkeys. I don't think the monkeys had a reason to dislike us yet.
Well, those abominations of Eve could show up anywhere Salathis is.
They were kind of coordinating with Finality with the whole floating trees things and throwing spears at us. So it felt very coordinated, is all I'm saying.
Well, you see her move aside, and you look over at Darby, who is pulling out a crystal ball, and you see him tapping on it for a while.
Should we let him?
I mean, it's Darby. It should be fine.
It's
right?
Darby. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so he can do whatever he likes. He has
Yeah, this is-
forever free reign.
This is the Skeleton Boy we like.
I
Yeah.
love. Yes.
Yeah, that, as far as I know, there's 2 of the 8 liches that you like so far.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Well, we met
Okay.
3, so
That was my bad. Yeah, I
That's a
Yeah,
pretty
2
good
of the
range.
3. That's a good ratio.
somehow misheard. Yes. He can do whatever he wishes, and I will never stand in his way.
But you
we
eventually
I messed things up for once.
you hear from Darby. It's like they can't seem to make a connection with Salathis.
What does that mean?
Either she might be dodging my scries, or no longer on this plane, or something of them likes.
Well,
Well,
she
she
hit
did carry our friend Davy into a tree, so
into a tree.
I don't know if the insides of trees are other dimensions, but
Well, that should be
Seems likely.
instantaneous, but she could be dodging my scries from Talek.
what are the chances that Davy, finished her off?
She was looking a little beat up.
He's got that whole blam Ultima thing.
He kind of
Yeah,
taps on the
yeah,
glass.
yeah.
I only saw Davy for a moment, so this try might be a little hard.
You saw Davey?
I
Uh,
mean,
What
could,
was he doing?
I
no,
could
no,
pull out.
you guys met Darby
Yeah.
before the
Oh,
fight
right,
in front
yes.
of the
Yes, okay.
tower.
God,
So,
God,
so that was
sorry,
like a short, like 2
Sariel
minutes that
could.
they've saw each other.
I just say I could try it out. I'm not
Yeah,
entirely
Sariel.
familiar with the man, but I think I've
You've
seen
had
him more than
than
you
2
have.
minutes. Yeah,
Well,
You've
if you've seen
interacted.
him more than 2 minutes, then he hands you the orb.
nice.
So,
Please,
You get to
drop
ponder his
my
orb.
own.
right, and he retracts it.
I'd imagine Sariel and Darby on relatively good terms at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys did quite an intense study session while the party was on the oil rig.
Yep.
Yeah, Yvette is
Alright.
still terrified of Darby, but also is like, he's cool people.
I cast Scrying, focusing my energy on Mr. Man, Davy.
Davy.
Yep, I'll go ahead and say
Basket.
that as it resolves, you see nothing.
Oh.
Is there just a bad signal in here?
Can't get a read.
No bars.
Eh. It happens sometimes. It's an unreliable spell.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Concern.
Concern.
At best, he resisted the ability to be squared upon.
Right, they can do that. Forgot that was an option.
He did travel through a portal with Salathis, so it's possible that scrying just wouldn't work in the first place.
That's true.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Concerning, but David can take care of himself.
Yeah, he seems
Think.
very capable.
Yeah, as you're talking, you hear Erie's cell phone start ringing. And she
Here he does
says,
strike me as the kind to keep the default one.
"Yeah,
Uh-huh.
she probably would have a default. She is the definition of boomer with how long she's been around. So
I mean, I'd imagine cell phones are also before Sariel's time. Like,
yeah,
So are most things.
I mean, after Sariel's time.
yeah. But when you've been
She's
here for millennia,
Yeah.
you're super boomer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So she kind of walks to the side and answers it. Hello? No, wait, what? Stop snobbing in the phone. I can't understand you when you're crying like that.
Oh no.
uh-oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Stop sobbing into the phone.
To shreds, you say.
It's always something you want to hear.
Just read Suke.
Uh-huh.
Oh dear.
Okay, then just go back to Arden then. Fine. She hangs up the phone. Well, I just got off the phone with Ringo. She
Oh, never mind then.
puts
Oh.
her phone in the pocket.
Ew, you have Ringo's number. Ringo has your number? Ew.
Well, they were part of the. They were technically part of the same organization.
Yeah,
I
Ringo
know.
is a member of
Doesn't mean we
Size.
have to like it.
I know, I'm just
Doesn't mean we have to like it.
You've seen him
Yes, but-
in embassy buildings. So
I
Don't have
can
to like
be
it.
grumpy about things even while I know they're true.
you're like, damn it, I forgot Ringo is working for the boss lady.
Ugh,
I forgot that Ringo and us are on the same organization.
I don't
Co-workers.
like it.
This is the worst.
We're
It's the
timeline.
Oh no.
I mean, Size employs a lot of cultists, which includes cultists of Salathis.
The thing about Size, that's also like getting to the point where they're starting to be infighting.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
She
There's a
looks
lot of
over and is
gangs.
like, well, I just got off the phone with Ringo. Yeah, it does turn out that Davy gave the final punch to Salathis.
Oh,
Attaboy.
what?
Good for him.
So Salathis is going to be away for a bit.
Great. Where's Davy?
Yeah.
You know, I didn't think to ask about that.
Oh well.
She opens up the phone and starts dialing.
I'll let her. We need to know where Davy is.
Yeah. How does
The
Ringo
homie
know
is
then?
missing.
Hey. So, you said that the guy that came out of the portal, like... Yeah. Where'd he go? Oh, I see.
To shreds, you say?
The shreds you say.
The shreds.
No.
She hangs up without saying goodbye or anything.
It's okay. Ringo doesn't deserve.
She looks at her,
It's
like... So, after Davey finished off Salathis, he was killed by the children.
What?
Oh.
Sariel just sighs. Well, hardly knew him, but that's unfortunate.
Wait, but when
He's-
someone's killed, you can still grab them, right? It's
Right.
not a right?
What?
Like Yvette can still grab him before he goes like into space,
Oh.
right?
No, you would need true resurrection to do
I
it without the body.
I don't think I can.
I
Ringo
can...
doesn't have a body, does he?
Ringo? You mean Davey?
No.
Assuming
Ringo-
that Ringo knows from first-hand experience,
Right.
where- does he have a piece of Davy's body?
Oh, that would be fucked up if you resurrect the corpse that Ringo is possessing.
No. Ew.
I'm writing that one down, actually.
Could you imagine resurrecting a corpse while it's infested with
No.
snakes?
Mm.
Oh, that would be fucked.
Why?
You...
To be fair, the soul can choose not to return if they see what fucked up shit awaits them.
Yeah, they look at the situation like, nah, fam, I'm out. Nope.
I don't like.
No, come back to me when you have more money.
Why would I
And let's
resurrect
think.
Ringo?
Well, it won't be Ringo. It would be the
It'd be
person
the
that
corpse Ringo is
inhabiting, which is a different
possessing.
person.
Why would I
No,
do
but-
that?
But what?
It's an
Why?
innocent person that was eaten by the Ringos.
Well,
Instead
what if you
of
do that to
Davey.
evict? What if you do it to evict Ringo?
yeah.
What she was suggesting, what she was asking is if they had Davy's body.
That is what
yeah.
I was
She's-
asking.
Yeah. She'll speak up and say, I'll have them transport the body to Arden.
Not that I have true resurrection.
Well, I mean, if it's within a week's time, you should still be able to do Raise Dead, if you have that spell.
Looks at spell list. I don't think I do.
Oh, looks like we better get learning it.
We'd better figure things out.
Mr. Z, we got another one for you.
Help, Mr. Z. What level is Raised Dead?
Level.
5th level.
Hmm.
So it's not one of the spells you
within.
can't learn.
So it's with
Right.
it. You don't have to Mystic Arcanum it because it's 5th.
Bad news, everyone.
I don't
Oh,
know if
man.
it's within
Boy, we
the.
met-
Yeah, I don't know if it's within the because it's not on the Warlock spell list. I don't know if
I don't think it's.
Yeah,
your patron
I'm
gives
not
it to
sure
you.
it's in
It's
Celestial.
Celestial.
Hold on, I've got the book here. Let me pop it open.
It should be in the cleric
Oh.
spell list, right?
Well,
It
but
is
No,
on the
but-
clerics.
I'm not
but-
a
Yeah.
cleric.
Yeah,
But-
okay, no, never mind.
If you're a
cannot
celestial
learn
soul
Raise Dead.
warlock. Oh wait, no, that's
Surprise,
sorcerer,
I'm
never
not
mind.
actually
Yeah,
a
no,
cleric.
Celestial Sorcerer is the one that gets
Yeah.
the
Oh.
entire cleric spell
Yeah,
list.
that's why Divine Soul Sorcerer is so fucking good.
The only
Mhm.
cleric we know, I think, is who's like on our side is Mr. King.
hmm If
And-
only we had recently met someone who is skilled in the art of necromancy and bringing things to life.
If only, but alas. Wait. Irma.
Mhm.
Okay,
Oh,
so we get
Irma
Irma to
might-
bring back Davy, and then
Oh,
Deegan can play two characters at once.
hmm
The thing is,
Ah,
Irma might also
totally.
just. I think Irma's probably more of a wizard with necromancy spells.
That's one way to find out.
From what I can guess, but
We
yeah.
have to kidnap an old woman.
No, wait, why do we have to kidnap her? Hold on. This is taking a turn I wasn't.
I mean, we can ask
expecting.
if she wants to come along by like
Yes.
our own free will first,
Let's
but
do that first, and then
But if
we
that
will
doesn't work-
discuss whether the kidnapping is truly necessary.
Sometimes you can't default on kidnapping, unfortunately.
Apparently.
listen, sometimes you just gotta kidnap a woman.
Hey yo.
Fuck no.
Something about bears. I think.
What have
That-
they done to you?
Listen, it's the cowboy way.
It's kidnapping?
Yeah.
Kidnapping old ladies is
Yeah.
the cowboy way.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're the cowboy, so I defer to
Okay.
your knowledge.
Ari will look at you guys and say, "So me and
Aw.
Darby are going to take care of the magical grounding of Shulk.
Okay.
You, have visitors pass. Why don't you explore the university for a bit? If he was doing
Sure.
stuff, he was probably. If there's something you want to investigate in terms of what was happening here, it might be good to look around."
There's a couple of things I can think of.
Okay.
Might also be good for us to go back out to the forest and see if we can find where Finality was actually hiding.
Yeah.
Left some clues there.
We can go investigate with her hand.
Very well.
In the book.
So, unless there's something else you want to ask him directly, we'll just go ahead and start shackling him.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yes.
Make sure you cover up the and Buck will tap his forehead.
Uh-huh.
There's kind of a roll that eyes is like, and she says, "Yeah." And Darby goes, "Oh, do you have like one of those like Centurion helmets? We could just weld it like a chin strap on that, and you can cover it pretty good." And then Shulk just looks at him like,
I like Darby.
I love Darby.
This is the guy who.
Darby is all in on this.
I mean,
He is, and
this
I
is the same
appreciate
guy who built a water park on Shulk's ancestral home. So.
Oh yeah.
it. Yes.
He's living
No,
for
no,
this.
no. Sariel really likes Darby at this point.
Yeah. Well, you've had the most time with him
Yeah.
out of anybody.
You're like, Ahmed, anyone who hates Shulk this much is a good person.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cannot be bad if you are this.
And also pretty willing to indulge your fucking magical curiosity.
Yes.
Mhm.
Love it.
Alright, so do y'all head out of the office?
I
Yeah.
suppose so. Is Irma still there?
As
Based
far as you
on
know,
the
Irma was on the other side of the
laughter.
door, but you did at some point hear laughter through the door. It was muffled because it's a thick door, but
There was a moment.
there was a
There
moment.
was a moment of presence known.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well. What shall we do, friends?
Well, I'm figuring if there was any place that was going to have clues on what exactly Shulk was planning to do, with Finality and the eye and the hand and everything, this would be the place for it. You think he spent a lot of time in the library?
He
Or
sure
is-
might have.
Where would he spend time?
Wait, where would who spend time? Sorry, it zoned out
Shulk.
for like a
Shulk.
Shulk.
Trying
Trying
to
to
figure
out where to
but
investigate.
because right now Buck's two big questions are like, what was Shulk planning to do once he got hold of both the eye and the hand of duality, and what was Shulk planning to do with his control over Finality? Actually, I guess if there's any place that was going to have information on duality itself, then this would be the place to find it.
Yep. And well, I do have the researcher feature for my
Ooh.
backstory. Trying to think about how I would apply it here though.
Yeah, let me take a... I think that's just you being in a library, though, not... This is not detective investigation, this is, like, book research.
Yeah.
But I'll say, as you guys open the door, you'll see Irma on the other side.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
Irma is like tripping because she heard you coming and tried to go move back a little too quickly, and she's like not on the ground, but she is definitely trying to steady herself.
Oh, hello.
hello.
Hi.
You Sariel just looks between Irma and the door. Have fun.
Yes. And she kind of looks at you like blankly, expectantly.
What?
So,
What?
can I help you?
Well, we are supposed to be kind of exploring the school here, so I'm
Of
sure
course.
you know the ins and outs.
If I have a say, I would prefer not to be kidnapped.
I don't
Look,
think that was
sit
a. I don't think that was an in-character thing.
Yeah, that was not out loud.
Okay, that's fair.
Aw, but
I
that
figured
was
it would be
good
a
line.
funny little thing.
Absolutely.
No, I think we would have spun some heads from everyone in the room if Buck had said that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That'd be very out of character for actual Buck.
Fair.
That was a
But
good
yes,
line,
I can
though.
certainly help you. I have spent enough time here.
Oh,
Just out-
great.
Just out of curiosity, the school magic the spells that you know, are they more of the arcane focus or the divine focus?
They are more of the kind of focus that I need to protect myself.
That could be either or.
It
could
is
be, yeah.
not really it is not really magical what I do. It is more of, I mean, the reviving of the womb, yes, but not. It is a lot easier to do practically than magically.
All
If
right.
you just need to know the correct herbs and the like.
All right, they're an artificer.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
We're gonna find out it's gonna be it's something like Echo Knight Fighter or something scary, something like that.
No. It could be druid actually. Very,
Thank you, Druid.
very much could be druid. This is like Sariel's thought process right now, just thinking, what
Add a
kind
character,
what
it
kind
could
of-
be. It's not, but it could be.
I mean,
Yeah, like,
you did
so I
know
was
that
thinking,
you think that this might be something within like a Scarlet wheelhouse, and Scarlet was a druid.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
right?
Sariel's got that past experience
Mm-hmm.
with something like this already.
Yeah, it's not completely conjecture.
Well, say if we were to have a friend who had passed away due to an unfortunate event.
Oh, I'm very
And their
sorry to hear
body-
about your friend.
Yeah, I am too. Sariel's like half-hearted about it.
I'm sorry.
she
to
hardly
hear
she
about
hardly knew that guy.
You
It's
knew
true.
him for
You
like
get him half a day.
If that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
he's
like
barely.
Sariel thinks it sucks that he died, and she wants to help him,
My
but she's
Uber
not too
driver
heartbroken
died.
about the fact that he died in the first place. Does that
Right,
make sense?
Yeah. The rest of us are like our friend who saved us on the rig.
Yeah, Sarah's the
Sariel's
only one
like-
who hasn't been bonded.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
Sariel's like, man, sucks that he died.
Right.
Rip that guy.
Hate to see it, man.
Sucks that he died. I mean, like, would have been nice to get to know him. So, like, I guess we should bring him back.
Maybe you'll get to know him. Who knows?
Who
Yeah,
Life,
maybe.
if anything, life has taught me that there are many interesting things that happen, whether you predict them or not.
That's true.
Well, I was curious. Are you capable of bringing people back to life in the living sort, not the undead?
No.
Okay. Good to know.
No. I made my bed with bringing life and undeath into this world, and I felt that bringing actual life or life back was a little too far for me. If I could make a family happy with a child, then I would do so. Not my child or anything like, but
Mm.
this is what I offered. And like I said, it paid quite well. So,
I just thought I would ask. You know,
of
Just
course.
in case, yeah.
dead friend and all. My companions here seem to care for them very much, so I thought I would at least ask.
Of course.
You did kind of save our lives once,
Multiple
twice, 3 times,
times.
4 times.
And you know
Oh,
what? I'm glad that he did.
I'm glad for your sake as well. And for my sake, because I get to know you now.
Aww.
Sure.
This old
All right.
lady's risen
You're
us
not
up.
looking for like weaknesses of ours you can exploit, right?
No, of course not. You're not going to
That's
try and
right.
kill me or take me away, are you?
Of course
Well, not now.
not.
Not now.
Not
That
at
was
the
in
moment.
character, wasn't it?
That was not in character.
No,
Oh.
I would figure not. But yes, let me help you. So, what specifically are you looking for?
Well, while we're here, it seems that Shulk was looking for some very particular things for personal use, and well, if any place was going to have explanations for why, then it would be here, right? So, where did
Like
Shulk
what
spend most of his
type of
time?
things? Where did Shulk spend most of his time that I knew of?
There would be 2 locations. One, his office that
Mhm.
you just came from, and the other being his
Okay.
laboratory.
Aha.
Well, I could take you to his laboratory.
That would be brilliant.
I'm trying to think of
course,
what
right
the
this way.
arcane version of a laboratory is. What's
Study?
I mean, it would also be used for alchemy and stuff, so it probably would be laboratory.
Yeah, laboratory
Arcanatorium?
makes more sense.
Yeah.
I think laboratories are.
Because if you're doing
final.
potion mixing and stuff like that, that's laboratories. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be science to be a lab. All right.
Yeah.
Yep, a lab or a workshop, either or.
Yeah.
So yes, let me take you.
Thank you.
Appreciated.
Of course. We don't get many new adults around here, so it's nice to actually be able to talk with some.
Wait, why? Why specifically new adults?
Well, children for the school, of course.
Right, because she's a little
Right.
old lady.
So you don't get like older people?
I mean,
Join in?
occasionally, yes, but
I mean, I would say that people studying magic come in all ages. It's not just like 20-year-olds.
okay, that's fair.
Yeah, the
Still.
stereotypical. There are some people who study magic their entire lives.
Yes.
Sorry, Al.
So there are plenty of forever students.
I guess you're just some new faces that I just recognized as new. Sometimes to
Mm.
these old eyes, just people just become normal, whether they're new or not.
That's fair.
So, what interests you into the Archmage?
We have a past history.
Okay.
Buck is very unsure how much information to share with the old lady
Yeah,
who
she
works for
seems-
the Archmage.
She seems to like his protection from the Fellsmaid family.
Hmm.
So
Well,
dangerous to assume that they can.
don't worry. I won't use it against you. I'm just looking for some interesting conversation. That's all.
Oh, sure.
I am not joined at the hip with the Archmage. I am merely staying here.
That's good to know.
Besides, it looks like he's going to be tied up for a bit now.
It does. You have
And
tenure.
I mean, what's tenure?
Well, I thought it was when you get a permanent position at a school like this.
Oh, I thought that's what happened when I was here for 10 years. I've only been here for 5.
That's true. Well, it varies from school to school, I think, but I don't actually know what the normal um, route is at this particular institution.
I think the Archmage is probably not going to give me because of my age, because I probably won't be here much longer.
Oh. Do you think he'll renew your contract?
I hope so, but also at the same time, if he doesn't, then I will find new people to either travel with, or teach with, or do what I need to do.
Looks at Buck. See, we don't need to
Hmm?
kidnap her.
That's something, at
Maybe
least.
you don't happen to know your way out of Ostrom, do you?
What do you mean?
I mean, getting out of this country might help me quite a bit.
I mean,
Well, none of us are from here.
yeah.
Do you want us to go to
Oh,
fancy
you
Florida?
don't say.
Yeah, all of us with skin that isn't, like, absolutely pale.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and don't know what things like pharmacy are.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Well,
You don't say.
well.
We might...
Question: to teleport back in, would we need to get clearance for them? Like to teleport back to
To Madara, normally yes, but you have the Sori pass.
Yeah.
That's true.
Does diplomatic status come with a +1?
Uh,
It might.
as of right now, you know that you, the party, have permission to teleport to Sori's.
Okay.
If only you knew someone that could give another person permission.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
if only, but she's a little busy right now.
Yeah, right now, but yeah.
I mean, we know a way out, and we know a way that we could get you out. Just
This might be a one-way trip.
might be a one-way trip, and also
One-way trip to where?
Well, where were you
Probably
hoping
Madara.
for?
Oh, that's wonderful. Much better than here, and almost everywhere is better than here.
yeah, we would just need to get to know you a little bit more.
Yeah.
Know that we can trust. Know that we
Of
can trust you.
course. What other questions do you have? Do you have any questions about the Felsbanes? You look like you might know them.
Well,
We sure might.
how close were you to the Felsbanes before your contract was terminated?
Fairly close. I knew comings and goings here and there, especially when they wanted to conceive. There was this one time that was pretty conspicuous.
Oh.
Oh,
Like we had the consummation and the babe was born, but just disappeared.
Really?
yeah.
Just out of the blue.
So
It
Sarah
disappeared
just looks
and
like Sarah just looks like she already knows.
and never came back.
Never came back. No. The running theory is baby probably died, which is quite possible. But I mean, I'm a good midwife, and they believed that I could do nothing else. So she kind of like doesn't look side to side, but you know how someone kind of looks like they're thinking about something that they're not sharing, but they're not. It's not really.
Yeah.
It's that look.
Just like internal
Gotcha.
monologue.
Yeah.
Tell you what.
Hmm.
When we go to the rest tonight, you're welcome to come. You're welcome to come with us. And I can summon a private mansion where we can discuss things more openly.
Okay.
She does that.
What do you
don't
mean
worry about it.
private?
On another plane of existence.
Oh, you can get to other planes of existence. Oh, yes, definitely want to hang out with you people.
She's looking for that escapism.
Yeah, I get the sense that her motives are just get me the fuck out of here.
It's like, please help. I want to leave. Which I understand and relate to.
Out of character.
There are
I mean,
vampires
having
that
met
want me
y'all,
dead. Yeah.
Right.
Character
There are
what?
vampires that want me dead.
Have you met Shaw?
That too.
Yes. Yes, we have, and we hate him with a fiery, burning passion.
We aren't exactly friends, so
I think he killed Buck on her
He
like her
did! He
second
yeah,
killed
meeting.
Buck.
just the one time.
Was that the first or second meeting with
Oh, he
Joel?
killed you?
That was the first.
Oh no, that's out of
You
character.
look not a day above 20.
Well, yeah, having years taken off your life will do that.
Having years added on is not great either, let me tell you.
Also, not a day over 20 when Buck has in the past been described as being old.
Yes. Well, she's trying to be complimentary.
She
That's
really
true.
wants us to
Also,
help
time
her
is
out.
relative.
Sorrel does not look a day over 20, but
Mm,
God,
Being called young
Buck
by
doesn't
an
look a day
80-some-year-old
over 50.
woman doesn't mean anything.
it
Yeah,
is
that
really
doesn't.
funny.
It
how
really
even
doesn't.
It's really funny how even with the with Irva here, Sariel's still the oldest member in the party.
Yeah,
mhm. You wear it well, though.
you do.
Yeah.
Oldest percentage-wise, no, but...
Yeah.
Oh, we're definitely not, but like just by raw years.
Well, I do apologize, but I have to go use the laboratory. This is the lab, though.
Great.
All right.
Thank
Well,
you so much.
I will
Yeah, we'll
be
be
back in a
here.
few moments.
Sure.
Alright, so you guys enter the lab. You see that there's various tables and instruments spread around. You look up and there's an entire, what the fuck is it called? There's like machines that show
Alembic.
the constellations.
Oh, yeah, projectors.
No, it's like the old thing. not a
Conservatory.
Yeah, it's like the thing in a planetarium that like
Oh.
shows
Yeah.
all the
Yep.
rotation of the spheres and stuff. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
remember
yeah.
what it's called.
Yeah, so you see how there's a constellation thing that seems to move.
Yeah.
Cool.
And you see that there's like controls on the side for moving it. And you see that various orbs look like they are stars. And you see that there's like this almost painted shape to show what wedge of the what wedge of the encompassing realms you're looking at as it spins.
Oh.
Hmm. Interesting.
It's currently on Rex Mortis.
Ew.
That tracks. All right.
But on the ground level, you see like Microsoft's machines, all the various instruments you would expect for potion making, like burners and beakers and all the glasswares and stuff.
Yeah, I
Getting
have a
advanced alchemy flashbacks.
I have a sneaking feeling right now.
Mhm.
Is there anyone else in the room with us, or is it just us?
It is just you. It is empty.
I
yeah,
cast sending to Darby and say, hey, that Shulk you're dealing with right now, make sure it's not a simulacrum, just to be sure.
Ah, good idea.
The response back says it's not. It's the real deal.
Okay. And I am completely okay with having used a third level spell slot on that.
Nice.
So, looking around, does it seem like there's any place where like there's work that's been left out? Like anything that was like
Make an
left
investigation
here
check.
to come back to? Okay. Investigation.
Maybe I'll make an investigation.
You can make it a group investigation, yeah.
perfectly average.
helping.
Alright, yeah, group investigation if you're all just fanning out and looking.
Spread out and look
Oh.
for clues. Okay.
All right.
Alright,
Well,
the out has been
me,
spreaded.
yeah. I am just as competent a searcher as you.
Just
Yeah.
29.
Yeah.
No guidance.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing is that it's still one success versus two failures.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
If you got one higher, it would have been good because 2 and 2.
No.
Mhm.
So you guys start fanning out, looking around. Not really seeing anything that sticks out. You do see like various books and tomes. Like there's bookshelves. It seems to be limited because you're not in a library. So whatever books are here are like very like narrow focused. Like you see like ledgers, and you see one that's like a ledger of what chemicals are in the thing and stuff like that. It seems like if you want any specific books for learning, you might have to get from the library and bring it here, rather than it being stored here.
What books are here? Like, what? Just looking at like.
Yeah.
Actually, is it that this is a space for like multiple people to work in, or does it seem like this is Shulk's private laboratory?
It looks like it might be a private laboratory, but it's big enough that multiple people can work here.
Okay.
Like, it looks like there's only, like, one station for each type of equipment.
Okay.
But there is enough equipment that multiple people can be working on it. It looks like anyone who's working here would probably have to be working on the same project, rather than multiple people working on separate projects. If that makes sense.
Interesting. Yeah.
Because if someone's using the microscope, that's the only person that can use the microscope. There's not, like, a row of it like you would see in, like, a group thing.
Okay. Does it seem like the constellation thing is like focused in to track something or like be focused on something in particular, or is it just this is the state of the encompassing realms right now?
I mean, you see the stars.
That's true. Buck would not be able to tell.
Yeah.
With that investigation check, now. Anyone else
I'd
looking
like to like. Oh, I'd just like to like go between some of the different books, just kind of at random, and try to see if there's a theme that like connects them. Like going to the ones by the alchemy station, and then to the ones by like the constellation thing. I'm just like, is there something that like can I put two and two together and figure out what connects them?
Make an investigation check.
Can I boop the snoot this time?
Yeah, you can boop a snoot.
I would like
All
to
right.
boop a snoot.
Time for an 11. I will take a 16.
Right.
Even better.
You start looking around, and you see one book that seems like it's more specific. Because, again, the only books that are here are for, like, ledgers and identifications of things that are in the lab rather than any particular place of study. And you look at a book, and it seems to be more focused on something that seems to be more detailing of the ancients rather than anything else.
Oh.
But it could be that it might be a specific study, but as you look at it, you're like on the edge of whether it's a specific study or something here, because the actual book seems to outline constellations as well.
Interesting.
So you see study of the ancients, and you see constellations, and it mentions that each of the ancients is in a star, but the book itself doesn't seem to understand what star they are. So it's like because
is Shulk trying to identify like the actual star that the ancients are stored in?
I wonder.
There are 8 stars that have 8 ancients. And which one of those 8 stars they are is more on theory rather than concrete evidence.
Interesting. When wait, no. No, never mind. I was wondering if like when the other lich that was containing or that was linked with Forever, if when he died, if one of the stars went out, but that wouldn't make sense because the Twilight Forest is still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Only the magic that was keeping him in the star.
Yeah.
Stars existed before the ancients.
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
Putting together the order of things that happened in, I'm assuming stars came before the ancients.
Yeah.
That was not a bad like connection though. Because weird stuff is happening.
I want to flip through like the book on the ancients and see if there's any if Shulk took any notes in the margins or if there's any pages that seem to that he went back to.
Well, I mean, you see that there are some handwritten notes, and
What do they
okay.
say?
First of all, you see a list of the names of the 8 liches. I'm not going to
Okay.
mention all of them, just the ones that you recognize.
Yeah.
But you mentioned that Alistair Darby is the one who's in Crystal entraps Triumph.
Triumph. Okay.
And it mentions Illustria in parentheses.
Okay.
And then
Oh.
Illustria is
the lawful
is that
good
Tenuous' realm?
Yep, a Tenuous'
Yeah.
realm.
Okay.
The next lich they recognize is Joshua Rogers
Joshua.
with Jolly in quotations.
Hell yeah.
Jolly Rogers.
Joshua Jolly Rogers. He was great. I like him
Yeah.
a lot.
And it has Alternia in parentheses.
Also, I take it we've had enough time for a short rest.
You can have a short rest here in the laboratory. Actually, you probably would have
And
had a
which
short
ancient was
rest.
that?
Skulldug.
Skulldug. Okay.
Ooh.
Interesting.
You see Luther King Schaefer,
Okay.
whose ancient is Duality,
That tracks.
with in parentheses Neo Infernos.
Uh-huh.
And then you see Malykus Garrow, whose ancient
All right.
is Forever, playing Valfar,
Okay.
which tracks as well because Valfar is Nafti's realm, and Nafti was the one that destroyed the crystal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Then you see 4 other ancients that you don't know of that would have controlled pain, poison, and 2 that don't seem to have the names written down of.
Okay. Mysterious unknown.
Okay, I
ancients
didn't
that
write
we'll
all
unlock
8
later.
liches, cough cough.
That's fair.
You fool.
We just haven't unlocked them yet.
Yeah.
Back.
So the lich that's
Ah.
containing pain, Erie's father is not written yet.
Mhm.
I only write characters as they're important to the story, so.
That's
You
fair.
would- No, you wouldn't do that. If we have a short rest, everybody
Yeah.
gets their temp hit points back, so that's 12,
Mhm.
and I
Yeah.
get my night.
So you know the name of the 8 liches. It's just 4 of them I've not written yet. So you know the names. I just
Yeah.
don't have the names.
Gotcha, gotcha.
That's fair.
But we'll know them when we seize them.
Yeah. They haven't loaded in yet.
Yeah.
Right, they're still rendering.
If they become important to the story, I'll generate them, and you'll know then.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Let's get a little bit of health back as a treat.
Uh-huh.
What would you
Making
need?
a little, making a little what?
But
What?
you see that with the conservatory being on Rex Mortis, that would put the ancient trapped in that region being pain.
Okay.
Also, with my
Interesting.
arcane recovery at this level, I have access to getting like how many spells? Like seven levels of spell at this point.
It's half your level to a maximum level per spell slot, but yeah.
Yeah. So, but I know I can't get a 7th level. It's up to 5th level. I
Yeah.
can get 1 5th and then like 2 first or 1 second after that.
Yeah.
There's some mapping going on here. In the Book of Constellations that was with the book on the Ancients, are there any notes in that one Like anything that kind of maps the like constellations that Shulk thought would be like, or groups of stars that Shulk thought would be likely?
Let me look at what your investigation was again. 16 with
Is it a
16, nah.
16? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's rounded up actually, so I can get 8 levels of spells,
Oh, nice.
Nice.
which means my 3rd level spell is back.
Yippee.
Ooh.
Buck is just staring at these books, trying to make heads or tails.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Books.
No.
I wasn't made for this.
There
was
is a
made to
knock at the
ride.
door as Irma comes back finally.
Oh,
Oh, can I help you with anything?
looks at Buck.
I mean,
Buck
I
is
don't know if you can.
enforcing the books.
I don't know if you're more versed in the art of book reading than I am, but anything stand out in these?
Oh, I can certainly try, and I'm gonna cast Borrow Knowledge.
Ooh.
Which gives you
And give it-
proficiency to, yeah.
Gives me proficiency in a skill that I have for the next hour.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's useful.
Yep, super useful.
Yeah, it's kind of
21.
bad at early level when your proficiency is only a 2, but once you get to, like, the +4, +5 proficiency, then it starts getting spicy.
Pretty good, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Super spicy.
Alright, 21. Alright, you take a look at the book and you start looking around. And it appears as though the Archmage might have been trying to narrow down the location of Payne's star.
Oh.
You also take a look at handwritten notes, and he seems to have identified the star that possesses duality and forever.
Oh.
Knowing that, she's gonna be like, why is he looking for the star that holds forever?
Oh, he's already found it, but yeah.
Why has he? But why was he looking for it in the first place? Do you know?
Well, we get this. We're pretty sure that he's got a hold on Forever's son, so might be trying to work his way up the chain.
Yeah.
Well, then we need to free Forever's son.
I thought you were gonna say free forever.
Oh, that'd be an entirely different...
Right?
No, that's what Finality wants to do, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, of course not. Why would I want to do that?
But you said that you'd narrow down where Forever and Duality stars were? Where are they?
Oh, it appears to be here, and she'll point it out.
Yeah, if you want, you can use the controls of the conservatory to show, like, all on the ceiling.
Yep.
Huh.
Wow.
Yeah, so you go over there, you turn the knob to the correct part, and it just moves over. And it goes towards the area where it's showing over Valfar. And you see a control that seems to be like some sort of spotlight that seems to move around that you can move. And you light up the star that is Forever Star.
Oh.
That's disconcerting.
Seems
Yes.
weird that there would just be a specific star, but I
Here
guess
we
that
are.
tracks. It's gotta be somewhere. And where was the one for Duality? Somewhere in Neo Infernos, right?
Yeah.
Yep, you could move it towards the Neo Infernus one and show them where the star is there.
Alright.
Can I point to our star by any chance?
The what star?
The star we're on currently, or
Presumably be the one in the middle, right?
Wait, the star you're on
This is a
currently?
map.
What do you mean?
so? I guess we're not on a star. We're just like on the planet.
Yeah, this is a view as if you're looking from the planet towards the encompassing
Okay.
realm.
All right. Does it look like there is a third point type of like triangulation, possibly?
You see that there is like a grid system on the background. So
Can we
you,
see the orange?
yeah, that the orange is exactly what's being pointed at because the ceiling itself is the wedge,
I
which
see.
is currently on Valfar for Forever's.
Mm-hmm.
And then afterwards, it moved to Neon Furnos' wedge.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Does it seem like there's particular points that like are shared between them? Like, are they close to like one of the ends of the orange, or are they like towards the middle, towards the center of the wedges?
the stars itself have like this kind of sporadic pattern,
Okay.
and it looks like they're all like for the sake of display, like in this row. But you look at the grid system, and there seems to be like a measure of how much distance it is away from the wedge. So, because obviously that level of 3D would mean that some of these stars would be like fucking way low if
That's
they were
true, yeah.
doing it like to scale.
Mm-hmm.
So you see, basically, there's notes for the X, Y, and Z axis,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
where the XY is consistent with the background of the wedge, and then there's like a Z that's different per star.
Okay.
But they seem to be laid out in a way that this is what it looks like when you look up to the night sky.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Can you turn that thing over towards Prix Mortis? I'm wondering if Stalk left any notes. Or like anything that stands out.
Alright, you have it on Ex Mortis. And you look. Based on your investigation, it looks like there are 3 stars that he's trying to figure it out. He doesn't know which one of these 3 stars there are. It's just one of the 3.
The fact he noted down to 3 is concerning.
Right?
But
Is
the
there
3
anything-
stars are actually near each other. Like in a close
Oh.
triangle.
Interesting. So he's narrowed it down based on location.
Yeah.
Huh. But Buck will turn to our to the more learned of the arcane users in the party, i.e., everyone but him.
Mainly Sariel, though.
You might know things. You were a cleric pretending at one point. You know star people.
I know a star person, but not
Yeah.
enough about the star person.
But I'll ask is there anything special about those stars or what?
Is there?
You look, there doesn't seem to be anything particularly stand out. So you think there might be some other source that has him like narrowing down, like some sort of tracking or triangulation.
Could I potentially just try to like think about what that may be?
Make an Arcana check.
Okay. We're not using like the new wizard where I get expertise in Arcana, right?
But oh, you talk about the 5.5 stuff.
Yeah.
No, we're still using 5e rules, so
Alright, cool. Just double checking.
maybe a future campaign, but I haven't like read shit about 5.5, so.
Unless that wanted to boot me, that's at 16.
Your best guess is that there might be some sort of distance thing. Like maybe he checks is like, okay, Payne's location is this many from here and goes to another location about this much from here, and it might be like somewhat inaccurate, so it gave him a general area rather than a specific.
Okay. So basically, you figured out a grid square that it has to be in, and these are the stars that are there.
Yeah.
Okay. unfortunately, we can't go there to find out.
I mean, you could take a 33% chance and teleport in one of the stars.
Mm-hmm.
If you're
Yeah.
wrong, you might
Looks at
die.
Sariel.
If you're wrong, your death will be instant.
That's true.
That's a benefit.
Man, if only Carney were here, because it's a way easier to bring his body back than it is one of ours.
Right?
What body?
Oh,
Well, I mean, bring back from the dead.
Yeah, I'm saying if you throw Carney into a star, what body?
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I mean, like, we would need true resurrection at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would be free to cast on Carney.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's
That
kind
being
of...
said, we'd also need to find someone who can cast true resurrection because that's kind of a 9th level spell.
Mr. King, help us.
Mr. King did not know 9th level spells. I'll
I
flat
was
say
gonna
He
say,
that.
might have
pretty
leveled
sure-
up.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure at this point we're far stronger than Mr. King.
Mr. Z, help
we don't-
us.
How,
Mr. Z.
how dare
Help.
an NPC from when you were 3rd level not have 9th level
Mhm.
spells?
Look, I
You
just
know,
assume he's been
it-
leveling up at the same rate we have.
You know, you'd be surprised in my IRL campaign that it's something that happens, and it feels kind of like Whiplash.
You used to be so much taller.
No, it's like oh my god, you're still as tall as you were when we met you at level 1. Like, what do you mean you're still relevant?
Oh. All right. So what do we know so far? He's pinpointed where Forever and Duality stars are.
Yep,
He's narrowed
you-
down Pain's to 3 stars.
Mhm.
But why Pain specifically? Do we know anything about Pain yet? I don't think we've run into anything of theirs. Aside from
other than it being
its
Erie's father.
Erie.
Erie's
Yeah.
father, yeah. And let's see, in the Fey Underdark, we saw a statue of him with weird engravings on his face, but that might have just been,
Right, that was where the head case was.
yeah.
Yeah, but that
And the-
statue was carved that way because he carved his
Right.
face often.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
just like,
It's a
just like
family
his
trait. We know
logo.
now.
yeah.
Like father, like daughter.
like father, like daughter. Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Uh,
Yes.
He had to carve
That's all I've got.
from the engraving.
yeah.
You felt that he carved his face often because his wound scars kept healing, and he had to remake the scars.
Oh, cool. He was driven. Well, love that he had a goal and stuck with it.
Have to see
He was like,
somebody
"Man,
with
these scars make me look
tenacity.
cool. If only they would stay."
Yeah.
Damn it! Why do I keep healing?
No, I have to cover up my devilishly good looks.
Right?
You know how I got these scars, Batman,
Right.
The hard way.
with a lot of maintenance.
Mhm.
So much maintenance. You know, skincare routines. This is like that, but worse.
Yeah. Doing a whole, like, TikTok series, like, make scars with me.
Yeah, him just carving up his face is like a spa day for Pain.
Mm.
Oh.
Maybe he's trying to find a way to get with Erie.
Like, get back at her or get something on her?
No, I mean with the scars and everything, and how she likes to rip.
I thought this was her father, no?
Pain
Oh.
is her father, but
Oh,
Pain,
okay.
but Irma
Pain
wouldn't have known
scars
that.
his face purposely, while Erie does it as like an itch tick.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Although it's related
wonder-
to him being her dad, right?
Could be.
I wonder
Maybe.
if Shulk is trying to find something, because Erie was the one who stabbed Shulk in the head, right?
Yes.
Yep.
We learned that from the
Yeah,
thing.
it's very cool.
Yep.
So I wonder if Shulk is trying to, like, get Erie to flip again.
Mm.
Unless
'Cause
Erie's
they were on
flipped
opposite
already.
sides, and now they're on opposite sides again, but they're on each other's opposite side. So if he gets Erie to flip one more time, then they're on the same side.
Right.
And he's got one
He's got.
child of an ancient under his control.
Uh huh.
What if he's
We
trying
still
to
don't
get
know how that
another under
works.
his control?
Yeah.
That's not a bad thought.
Because we're pretty sure it's something about the Eye of Duality that lets him control forever.
Finality?
Mm-hmm.
The eye of Duality.
Yeah.
And it lets him control Finality. Yes, sorry.
Finality.
Yes.
Not forever.
Yeah. So is there something about knowing the location of, like, the exact location of the ancient that lets them control their offspring?
That could be.
That's
It's tough because right
concerning.
now we have like 2 data points to work from.
Yeah. It's a little tricky.
Hmm.
Oh, that's the information you got from here.
Yeah. That might be all we can get for now.
It might
Is that
be.
why he had me here?
What do you mean?
Oh, I didn't realize I said that out loud. Don't mind me. Don't mind me at all.
No, we're
Um,
trying to figure things out. If you think you've got something, then feel free to share with the class.
Yes.
I don't have magical abilities because I study or I was born with them. I made a deal.
Oh.
Ely saying.
Yes. With forever.
Really?
Huh?
Hold on.
He helps me protect myself and I give him power. But if Shock is looking to control his son, maybe that's why I'm here, to keep a close eye on him.
Has Shulk had you work on anything aside from teaching?
Has he?
Nah, you've pretty much just been told to teach. You know that he teaches you a lot differently than others because he's like, oh, the pharmacist, just a glorified midwife. Just go.
Did you go to Shulk or did he come to you?
I came here, I believe, but it could just be a manipulation on his part. I don't know. He's a very smart man.
I will say,
Unfortunately.
actually, make a insight from 5 years ago.
Okay.
Oh.
Retrospective insight.
Retrospective insight,
You
yes.
can do it.
Don't you just love time traveling skill checks?
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Wouldn't have it any other way.
No, the dementia. The dementia is setting in.
Oh no.
Oh, it's setting long ago.
Yeah, he seemed welcoming.
Oh, nice.
It didn't
Just
seem like there was like
imagining,
any
like-
string attached. Like, there wasn't anyone teaching pharmacy at the time, and it was a good way to attract new students that
I
might
must
want to
be-
be in the family. So
I must be being silly. He is a nice man. He wouldn't do that to me. He was just being a nice person.
her saying he's a
the
nice
memory
man
Shulk is like-
is already probably setting off
Yeah.
red flags in your minds.
It
Yeah.
would set off so many red flags.
Yeah, alright,
I'm
sure.
sorry. Are
Anyway.
we talking about Shulk still?
He was perfectly inviting. Didn't have anything for me to do for him specifically. I just wanted to
What-
repay him,
Repay him for
Huh.
giving me protection.
what? Uh-huh. And this was before or after you made a deal with Forever?
Oh, this was after.
Uh-huh.
No me gusta.
I have more questions. I have more concerns.
I'll say at this point, somebody's. I think Erie has all your phone numbers at this point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it would have been in the paperwork.
Except for Irma's.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
One second, I'm just gonna roll D4.
Oh.
Well, technically, it should be a D3 because not Irma, but
It could
Yvette.
be Irma. Hi.
your phone rings.
Oh. I look at the caller ID.
Erie.
I answer. Hello.
We are currently done.
Oh,
So
great.
for now, Shock will not be going anywhere. He has been magically detained to his office.
I love to hear it.
The timeout corner.
So he'll
Anyone
still be
need
able to
me?
act as the head mage and still take direction. He'll just have to do it entirely from his office.
Okay. Well, that makes sense to me.
Is there anything else you need from us?
I'll ask my friends. Hey, friends, they're about finished up with the headmaster. Do we need anything else from them?
Can we get them to come down here to take a look at this thing?
Yeah, you might.
Maybe Darby or Erie have something figured out.
Yeah, y'all might want to come down to the lab and see what we found so far.
Okay. There's
I will.
some time passes, and then they'll eventually approach.
Great. So, welcome. This is Irma Rosebottom. She's a professor here. She's been very helpful.
Hello again.
I like Irma. Yeah, so this equipment, you'll notice it is it is tracking the position of some very important celestial bodies that you might recognize.
Right. I assume you show her the book.
Yes.
Yeah, the book and the trio stars.
Look at it.
She looks at it, and she has this kind of wide eye as she looks up. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound good.
I know which star my father is in, and he's close.
Oh no.
She tears the page out of the book.
Nice. Okay, good.
You know what, Valid?
Yeah, I've been wondering if we should like.
I was thinking about taking the book.
she
Sabotage.
like folds it up and puts it in her coat pocket.
Shall we sabotage his notes?
Well, it doesn't look like his notes are here. It just like things he scribbled in the textbook. Any like personal notes he doesn't seem to have.
Being
So-
a lich, they might just be on the inside of his brain.
So basically, the page he tore out and pocketed was pretty much it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
She looks and was like, "Why the fuck would he?" And kind of starts looking
Well-
around.
We were wondering if he's trying to control offspring of ancients. He already seems to have some control over forever, and obviously, you are also,
Hmm.
and a child, and I don't know, speculation, obviously, but
Is there a child of duality that we know of?
Not that you know of.
Okay.
Is there a
After-
child duality that Erie knows of?
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know
If
any
he's
other children,
he-
Yuri?
yeah, if he knows the location of both Forever and Duality stars, then
She
if
says,
there's anyone out there we should know about.
You speak, and she says, "As far as I know, Duality didn't have any children."
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
The less of them out there that we need to worry about, the better, I guess.
No
Not-
offense.
Not all the ancients were really keen on mixing with humans, so
Understandable.
So Forever was kind of freaky then. Okay, all right.
She kind of stares at you,
No,
being
that's out
one
of
of.
character.
Okay.
No, that was canonical.
Yeah.
No, sorry,
That definitely happened in Sariel's mind.
Because that also implies that you think that Pain would have been freaky.
Sorry.
We already know that Pain is freaky.
Yeah.
You
Oh
saw it just
well,
to his
yeah,
face.
that's fair.
Pain's freakiness is well observed and
Yeah,
documented.
it's just out in the bedroom or out of the bedroom.
Everywhere is a bedroom.
Oh no.
Yeah, but Forever kind of freaky.
Anyway,
Dear.
is there anything about knowing the location gives you some kind of control over him?
Not that I know of, but I'm not exactly an expert on that realm of studies.
Turns to Darby.
Darby
No
speaks out and
thinks.
says, there is a high connection between the ancients and their children. Could be possible that there could be a thread.
Just spitballing here, but is there a chance that, like, the ancients can send some kind of, like, orders to their children? Like, Forever's more awake, and Finality seems pretty determined to get him out of there, but I'm wondering if it's more of, like, getting an order from, like an aunt from a queen?
Ari speaks, it was like, not that I know of, but to be fair, the entire time I can remember, they've been asleep, minus the slow awakening of Forever.
Yeah.
Which, if
but-
they can mind control, then that is possible that Forever's awakening has given a window of opportunity to Finality.
Yeah. And if that is something, then maybe Shulk can, like, send a signal that originates from that place, and it's like stealing someone's, like, cell phone service.
Well, let's ask him.
Do you think he'll answer it?
I just mostly want to see how he reacts, rather than his direct words.
Fair enough.
And she turns around and leads you back to the Archmage's office.
Right, back we go.
All right.
All right.
She'll open the
Having
door
a
and
good old time.
you'll see that there's these like rays of light that seem to tether onto him as he sits behind his desk.
Question: is he? How's his eye being obstructed? Is it the Centurion helmet?
Yeah, there's like a helmet with a chin strap. And you
Oh,
see
yeah.
like and you see like on his neck there's like padlock.
Mhm. Nice. It's a good look.
And he kind of looks up, and is like, "What? I thought we were done." And he gets up, and as he walks around, the tether of light that's coming from the ceiling follows him, as if it's like attached to him.
It's like one of those VR headset things that you find at the VR arcades.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The wire
kinda.
going up to the ceiling.
Yeah, it's like he's on a little cord that prevents how far he can go.
Hmm.
And you look over, and you see that he has these gloves on. That's also well attached.
Huh. Oh, we found some things.
Hmm. And
We found your little side project of looking into where exactly the ancients are.
something that could prove very useful. But obviously, I have no nefarious reasons for that. It's just knowledge.
Obviously.
There's kind of like a
Anything-
smile.
Anything you want to share with the class?
No.
No?
No?
Is there something you want me to share?
Or just curious.
Hmm. Curiosity is good. Keeps the mind active, makes you smarter.
It's a question of what you do once you got that knowledge.
That is up to you.
Can't help but notice that having a bit of trouble locking down where Payne's been held up.
Hmm. And?
This thing is interesting that chose that one in particular.
Hmm.
If anything, I would have thought you'd be looking for Triumph, trying to find a way to blow up Darby by proxy.
Darby just kind of like stares at you and then stares back.
Buck knows what antagonistic relationship they've got.
Well,
Yeah.
it would be nice if my ancestral home was lacking a owner and could be for sale. But, you know, we're liches. We're kind of stuck with each other.
Sure. How did you figure out where these places are anyway? Since you're the expert.
And what would incentivize me to tell you, considering my current situation? He just waggles the gauntlets that's attached to his arms with the helmet, and then like looks up at these like kind of bungee beams of lights that's attached to him.
So you acknowledge that saying the truth would get you in more trouble.
Yeah.
I'm saying telling you the truth would not get me out of trouble.
Well, nothing will do that because you're just a troublemaker, aren't you?
Well, until you can find out that I've been a good boy, then no.
Let's
don't think
think of it this
that's-
way then.
Yeah.
Assuming that you are a good boy who ain't got nothing to do with the issues that we saw with Finality, that means that there's a rather annoyed child of an ancient out there. So if you weren't worried about there being one that, say, knows exactly where you are and that you can't exactly run away from, then there's no problem with letting us know so we can go and track him down for you.
Yeah.
Well, that does
We
seem
are-
like your problem, because if he were to attack the building, then he'd end up setting me free of this.
Mm.
If the ceiling were to crumble, if there were mass destruction in the organization, these tethers wouldn't have a building to be attached to anymore. Wouldn't be able to get this helmet off of me, but at least I'd be able to walk away.
And with all the helmet and gloves and such, you think you're a match for him?
No. Do I need to be a match for him? Honestly, I'd welcome him killing me in the States. I'd just reincarnate. Without these shackles.
Well, just thinking that, well, the last times that we ran into Finality, he was awful pressed on finding the hand of duality. If he were to settle for an eye, then that might cause some problems.
Perhaps.
It might.
Yeah, you see that Eerie is like pacing around the room, and
Mhm.
she's like looking through the bookshelves and other stuff. You see that some of the drawers in her on his desk have been like opened.
Hmm.
Like Aries like circle around, just looking at stuff, opening drawers and dresses and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
But as of right now, I am perfectly grounded.
Hmm.
I can be of no threat to you, but I can also neither be an aid to you.
Well, being out of the way would be a nice change.
That would be a nice change.
Well,
Oh, one last question. We were thinking of helping out your professor of, what was it? Zombie baby bacon?
pharmacy.
That's the one.
Imagine
any
pharmacy, but with like the B font.
Yeah, no, I mean is like,
Yeah.
Buck is calling it that.
Yeah.
We were thinking of helping her out and taking her with us back to, back to
Somewhere
Madara when we
not
leave.
here.
That wouldn't be a problem for you, would it?
Make an insight check.
Oh, I've been so good at these in the past.
I believe in you.
Yeah, all right, 11.
Yeah. Double digits, baby.
Actually, anyone can roll insight for this.
Yay.
Please
Ten.
roll higher than I do.
Insightful. I'm so insightful.
Look, I rolled pretty good. It just, I don't have proficiency
Yeah, there we
or
go.
Yep.
high wisdom.
Perfect.
Yeah, so, Yvette,
Yes.
there was enough of a drop of a demeanor as if that wasn't fine with him.
Oh. Does that worry you?
Oh,
You look a little put out.
I mean, it's just one professor.
Sure.
Yeah. That was a big,
I
I
mean,
don't know, you kind
her
of...
study may be specialized, but I can find another pharmacist to teach.
Can you? One that's just as well learned and experienced as her?
One with the
With the...
particular connections that she has.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
She-
you're right. I'm sure.
His
I'm sure
eyes
you
kind
will
of
be
dart
able-
to you, Buck, when you say connections. What are you implying?
Just that pharmacy professor who's been around as long as she has will no doubt have met many different clients.
Mm-hmm. One in particular that she mentioned to us.
Let's see. He returns to his desk and sits down. So you're thinking... So have you found out why I've been keeping her then?
Well, surely because she is a very competent professor and no greedy reasons at all.
Of course.
I'm sure it has nothing to do with your connection with Finality.
Of course. Irma.
Harsh thought.
Oh wait, she's not in the room, is she?
No, she is. I've just been muted
Yeah,
because I'm
okay.
chomping.
Yeah,
I know
we
if you
brought her in.
like chose to leave the room or were in. Yeah, okay. Irma,
Yes.
you said in your study that a lot of different magics take different holds, and therefore each pharmacist can hold a kind of unique imprint on the children that they help bring over. Is that correct?
Of course, yes.
So, in theory, you could use this imprint to know anyone you've ever helped give birth to.
Yes.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And then there's this little smile, and he looks back at Pluck.
Buck's just gonna nod. He's got an inkling.
Mm-hmm. Well. Do you say anything? Because Shock's not going to say anything after that.
We're in a
It wouldn't.
silence all.
Yeah. You wouldn't happen to be thinking of a particular person, would you? Say the last person before she came to your employ?
Not the last one. I mean, she's been quite active for many decades.
Exactly.
Out of character,
Yes.
do we know when Finality was born? Presumably before
When
the
Finality?
Void Age. Forever. No, yeah, yes, Finality.
The
I mean,
child.
you know from the
I don't think
visions
we-
that the Children of the Ancients were there when they were being sealed, which is right before the Void era cut off.
Okay. Because in my brain was just like, there's no way that despite like this grandma helped to deliver Finality.
No.
But if it was that case, that would be wild
Make
That
an
would be
and
intelligence check.
explain a lot. Okay.
I was kind of thinking that too, honestly.
No, you're not going to
It's
do that.
possible. It's possible.
Anything. could
Actually,
happen.
anyone can roll intelligence to connect that.
Sure. Why not? I've rolled so well tonight
Well,
already.
not Irma. You don't have the information.
Good, because I don't really need to roll anymore tonight.
I lead others to a knowledge I cannot possess.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
Serial and Yvette.
I can't believe Yvette knows
There seems
something.
to be an implication that any body that she helped midwife for from any of the vampire families, she might be able to identify that she's been a midwife for that person.
Right.
Which would mean the king. Which would mean the King Eternal, or the King Eternal's.
So someone who has
if-
exclusively worked for the Felsbane's family primarily. If anyone had her imprint of Barmacy, that would imply that they are a Felsbane.
Yeah, which would cause some problems if she was able to identify a quote-unquote Starblight as a
Yeah.
Failsbane.
Yeah.
So you're thinking that he's implying that her being attempted might be the King Eternal trying to cut off loose ends by finding his midwife and taking care of her.
Yeah.
Sure could be.
So that the world doesn't know that he's a Felsbane and not a Starblight.
What a pleasant man.
We could cause some real problems before we leave.
I like causing trouble.
So you now know how to find how evidence is going to be to discredit him if need be.
Yeah.
Evidence that he and his children are not of the royal line.
Yep.
Right.
Alright. So what do y'all do?
Oy.
I've used all my brain power. I'm good to go.
The cell is finished.
I guess Buck will ask if Erie's done looking, if she's found anything.
You'll say, I haven't really found anything. I'm just, and she just grabs a couple of books from the shelves and throws them on the ground. Kind of like this cat-like swipe.
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah.
She's just having a little fun with it. She's doing a little trolling.
Yeah.
Good luck picking those up with those gloves.
If anybody ever needed trolling, it was this guy.
And then Darby kind of walks around and kind of joins the action. He picks up a book, kind of scans through it, and then just throws it over his shoulder. And then you see that Shock's eyes kind of roll as they do this.
Well, it seems like you're very busy, so
Yes,
we
yes, very
just
busy.
mosey on.
Yeah, you're a bit tied up at the moment, so we'll just get out of your hair.
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I
Well, we're
like
gonna
her
have a lot of that,
electronic
aren't we?
leaper.
So, as you guys leave the office, we're going to call the session here because it's getting close.
Okay.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Close to what? Hang on, what? Close to what?
Yeah.
It's getting close to 9 p.m.
clo-
or 12 a.m.
Well, close to midnight or our
okay.
normal closing time. Yeah,
You got
there's
me
like
real
9
scared.
minutes. You can't really do much in 9 minutes.
Close
Mhm.
to our death, Buck.
Oh, you'd
Yeah.
be surprised what Irma can do in 9 minutes.
I bet she
Uh,
can do a
hello?
lot. I bet she can do many things.
She can
can-
get very far.
She
I-
can make it up an
well-
entire flight of stairs in 9 minutes.
If you think
Exactly.
about it, if you think about it, the average D&D combat only takes like 30 seconds at most.
True.
You're not wrong.
Well, in
in
D&D time,
universe.
yes.
Yeah.
In game session time, we have to spend like hours talking about what happens in those 30 minutes or 30
3
seconds.
Yeah.
days.
I mean, if you're really good, you can make an entire 2 hours go by in the span of half a second.
Yeah.
Damn.
But
See, boy.
anyway,
Yay.
good
Yeah.
session. You guys got to learn a little bit.
Yeah.
We made a new friend who I love forever.
New friend must
Mhm.
Yep.
protect.
It
We
must
And
be
I was-
have a new way to
grandma.
blow up an entire kingdom.
Yeah,
Hell
you have
yeah.
no new ways to completely fuck over
Right?
Like, we-
yeah, he was
we can-
expecting assassination, not character assassination.
Well, we can fuck up literally everyone who wants the throne at this point because we can just cause chaos and leave.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, at this point, we're powerful enough to fight. Sure, it was a half-hearted finality, but we're strong enough to fight finality, Solathis, and then 2 creatures of even
Monkeys.
all at the same time.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's almost like you're in the end game or something.
Yeah.
Wild.
crazy.
We've joined the end game.
When are you getting +3 armor?
Yeah.
You don't have it already?
No.
No.
I don't either, but
I-
Emma knitted herself a
I've been rocking my cloak of protection that I got in like session 5, and that's it.
well, to be fair, you are a monk.
I am a monk, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Cloak
cloak of
Protection's all
protection
you
is
get.
like a very good monk item since you can't wear armor,
Oh, yeah.
so.
I mean,
Yeah,
monk,
absolutely.
monk has to make do with a cloak of protection, bracers of defense, and a ring of protection. If it's
Yeah.
not the same enchant as a cloak, it doesn't count.
Yep.
True. Well,
But
thanks
anyway,
for the
I'll
session.
see
Thanks
you
for
all
letting us-
later. We're going to drop in on Crybaby, who's playing Parasite Eve, which is a game I've wanted to play for a while, so I might not spoil myself too much, but
Makes sense.
Understandable.
but
Fair,
I'll see y'all
valid.
later. Have a great one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.